I want to say this, though, before I go to the Phala Phala saga. You might have maybe something against President Ramaphosa, like I do. There's so many things that I just disagree with. And to be fair, actually, especially in his first term, I thought he was a terrible president. Really, 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 he was bad. I mean, he presided over the downfall of the ANC. Let's be honest here. That was so bad, actually. So as a president, I just didn't find anything that was worth like having him as a president, as a country. Considering the ESCOM issue that I've been talking about, his contribution there, I will never forget that. I will never forget how Brian Molefe was articulately so stating Ramaphosa's involvement in, like, allegedly, basically putting down ESCOM or trying to sell out ESCOM to private enterprise. I will never forget that. How Brian Molefe was talking about his struggles trying to keep afloat with ESCOM and trying to get coal wherever he could, and the mafias that are in that space of coal. I will never forget that. And his contribution, Ramaphosa, faggering ESCOM basically with Glencore. I will never forget those things. But with that being said, I'm not gonna lie, bruh. I'd be lying to myself if I said this wasn't true. The GNU thing with Ramaphosa, for whatever reason, that shit kind of worked. To be honest, I didn't believe in it. I didn't think GNU is gonna work. I did not. So I have to agree when the guy did well. The GNU thing, from where the country was, the GNU just landed, man. It worked. It worked for South Africa. And Ramaphosa was at the center of having that GNU to work like this. He's the presenter of the GNU. He's the president of the GNU government. I mean, he's the president, Ramaphosa, right? So it's kind of worked. So I have to give him credit where credit is due. And what confused me actually with this corruption thing, especially around Phala Phala and Ramaphosa, is this guy, Ramaphosa, has sent like a number of people to school, apparently. So many people have gotten their degrees funded by him. I don't understand that. So why corruption then? Like, I don't get it. If you're going to spend about 20, 50 million rands taking people to school, and then you steal the money, you steal 8 million on the others, that just doesn't make sense to me. It always confuses me why these people will do good things, some good things that they do, and also be as corrupt as they are. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you look at the Phala Phala incident specifically with the buffaloes, the guy, whoever the person that he alleges bought buffaloes in his farm, he spends $500. That's like about 8 million to 9 million rands. That's not as much money compared to the money you spend taking people to school. I don't get it. Might as well just keep your money and not take people to school if you will have to do corruption later. That doesn't make sense to me. Ramaphosa have taken so many people to school. Actually, so many people have gotten education and degrees from him. He's helped a lot of people. So it doesn't make sense to me that the same person is the one with Phala Phala incident. I don't get it. Let's go back a little. So what happened in Phala Phala exactly? Apparently, okay, what has been on the news basically, and things that have been shared out there. This case is still in court in South Africa, by the way. Okay, apparently the lady who works for Ramaphosa, again, this is just allegedly, she had noted obviously that in his farm they keep money in the sofas and whatnot, right, in Ramaphosa's farm, and told some people that she knows outside, obviously, that in this place there's so much money and whatnot in foreign currencies, right? the money gets stolen, right? The 500,000, right? And the people who stole the money ran to Mozambique and ran to Swaziland or what's not. But all I remember about is more about the people who ran to Mozambique, right? Cool. And instead of Ramaphosa opening a case on the people who stole his money in Phala Phala farm, he tells his security, he doesn't open the case officially in a police station like how you are supposed to be in South Africa. Okay. He tells his security and they communicate with people in Mozambique and what's not. They're trying to catch the guys who stole the 500,000 US dollars, mind you, from his farm. Where was the US dollars? In the sofas in his farm. And this is where the money was stolen. And they tried to get these people and whatnot, and the people ran away with the money. And then, fast forward, apparently the employee was fired and whatnot. So many things happened, and obviously the thing got out. So it got out from the people that were involved into the media and then into South Africa. Then everybody knows that in the president's farm in Phala Phala, people stole money, and the estimates of the money that was taken was 500,000 US dollars, the money that was there, which is equivalent to 8 million to 9 million rands, depending on the exchange rate at whatever time you check this. So this is the case, right? Now, so what are issues that we have here in regards to corruption? One, you are not allowed to trade in foreign currencies in South Africa. South Africa has its own currency of trade, which is the rand. So you are not allowed to trade in foreign currencies. Cool. Now let's say you've then broken this law, you've traded in foreign currencies. You are not allowed to keep money as 8 million, that is equivalent to 8 million or to 8 to 9 million rands, and not report that money to the treasury. Doesn't make sense. It's not reported in any bank that you have this money. It was not reported anywhere that you have this money. You didn't disclose the money that you have. You are not allowed in South Africa to do that. Keep 8 million to 9 million rands in your mattress or sofas and not report it. The money is illegitimately earned, and also the money is just of corruption. Now, what's another issue around this case is that the buffaloes that you are claiming the person was coming to buy with these dollars, the person from Dubai was coming to buy with these dollars. Actually, I forgot his name, but the buffaloes were never sent to him. The buffaloes were never sent to him. There were no buffaloes that left Phala Phala farm to go to Dubai or any other country in the Middle East, for that matter, in case you change and say, no, it's not this country, it's this place. No, there is no buffaloes that went to the Middle East after that person had allegedly left money in your farm and left, and after buying buffaloes. There is no buffaloes that were sent there. So it tells you about the level of corruption in this instance. So much corruption. There's just no ways around it. That it doesn't matter. Okay, if he says, the guy bought buffaloes with these US dollars, okay, fine, they bought buffaloes. That's a crime already because they spent that money. But another crime is, after then, they spent this money. You never reported the money anyway. So the whole thing is a crime. There's just no way around it. I mean, as a matter of fact, Ramaphosa wanted to resign after the incident. But the ANC people, then the top 5, convinced him to stay, particularly Blade Zimande. Right? They convinced Ramaphosa to stay, that they're going to defend him, we're going to find a way and fight this thing. Because they knew that their existence also themselves as the ANC depended so much on Ramaphosa. Because Ramaphosa has the backing of business like Ramaphosa. So he has that backing. So they knew that if Ramaphosa goes, the party is even in worse condition than it had been. So they needed him. They convinced him not to resign. But now we are in courts. I'm just disappointed by something, by the way. Oh, man. Yo. I wish it was another lawyer, bro. Another advocate defending Ramaphosa, bro. I cannot believe that it's advocate Mugai Toby. It just breaks my heart, bro. But again, the man is doing his job, bro. You know, that's the law. You know, it's so weird, actually. For me, I just feel the law. There's so many things that are just immoral in law that I just don't like. Makes me hate lawyers, actually, I think. Just lawyers and this thing of law having to reside in morality and whatnot. Nah. It's just immoral. In law, bro, you defend corruption while knowing yourself that is corruption. You go there, defend something, even after they defend someone, even after they confess that they killed someone. But it's still your duty to get them as less punishment as possible, and if possible, get them acquitted of their crime. Right? They are just protected like that. You know, but again, Mugaitobi is doing he's doing his work, bruh. The man is working, but morality and law always have issues. There's so many things that are just immoral in law that I feel. It also defeats, the idea also of morality just defeats when people talk under oath, those things, it just defeats that thing of having to have to state the truth because you are speaking under oath. If someone, what's the point of actually having that thing of you are under oath, so you cannot lie, but at the same time you are defending someone that has already confessed to the crime? For an example, law always confuse me with those things. You have a client, your client confesses a crime to you as a lawyer. They did the crime, okay? Of course, you're not allowed to disclose that. You have to defend them. They have the right to that representation that you avail yourself to for them, right? Now the person that you go there, you defend and fight for this person under oath, knowing exactly they've done a crime. It just defeats the point. I don't get that, those type of things. So you are fighting for a person under oath, but they've done the crime already. Stupid, bruh. But anyway, it's law, bruh. It just feels so disappointed to have advocates Mugai Toby actually as the defendant for Ramaphosa in this case. Right? So it is not on the news because as much as it should be, the Phala Phala issue. I think because someone was saying, why is it not on the news, Mlondi? It's not on the news because Ramaphosa is aligned with business, bro. Ramaphosa is aligned with business. People who own the news, bro. People who own what is true, what is known to be true. Because the truth is just whatever that the majority believe in is portrayed as truth, right? More than what it is. It's no longer about facts. Who can drive the narrative? That's what matters now. And Ramaphosa is aligned with the people who drive the narrative in South Africa. And it's just the fact of the matter. He's aligned with those people. So it doesn't matter what is true, right? He can win anyhow. That's why it's not in the news, right? But I don't see any way around this issue. There's just no way around it. I don't see any way around it, I don't, to be honest. I don't. How is he going to go around this? Because he also, that's another thing. Ramaphosa also has admitted to a lot of things already. To defend him and what's not, it's too late, to be honest. There's so many things he admitted to. He admitted to the money being there. He admitted to, this money hasn't been disclosed. He already admitted to so many things already. That's not going to catch up with him. Okay, fine. The person bought with dollars. You agree? Yeah, I agree. But he was buying buffaloes. It's not money of corruption. Okay, cool. We are not allowed to use dollars in the country. Then what? Bro, there's just no way around it. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I feel like this is something that's going to follow him after his presidency. So shout out to Julius Malema and EFF, and I forgot the other party that has joined Julius Malema and EFF in persuading the Phala Phala case, because the Phala Phala case was being crashed basically and shut down in parliament because Ramaphosa has numbers to do that. Well, he had numbers to do that. So now they're pursuing the issue in legal way now, using the judiciary arm of government rather than going through parliaments and legislature, So shout out to them for doing that, man. But there's something about this that I wanted to say before I even forget. Guys, people, guys, you do not, as a country, become a Nigeria just overnight. It's a build-up, this thing, to become a Nigeria. Right now, a Nigerian currency is dead. That's not a currency. Where you buy bread for 1,000 and whatnot, that's not a real currency. Let's say, for an example, Naira to Rand today. Let's check Naira to Rand today. Okay, for whatever reason, the computer is taking some time. But the point that I'm trying to make is, as South African, we have this thing where we feel like these things are never going to happen to us. Like we just see them as far, as things that are not close to us, so we are not involved. You don't become a Nigeria overnight. It's a build-up, this thing. It's all these things, separate things happening. You allow someone to get away with a case like that, like Ramaphosa, because it says away also about money in South Africa. Like, right? You let people go away. Sorry to that. You let people go get on with this thing. Okay, let me wait. See, right now, for an example, one South African rand is equivalent to 88.55 Nairas. So, in other words, if you had 1,000 rands, in Nairas you have 88,000.5 thousand Nairas, right? That's how bad the currency is in Nigeria. But it didn't wake up. Nigeria didn't get up and have that currency. It's a build-up. And you let these things happen as a country, bruh. You let them happen, bruh. You let Ramaphosa go. You let Zuma there go. You let the Guptas go. You let the ESCOM incidents go. You let all those things. Oh, then you compromise what you call what is this? The South African flights. Why am I forgetting our thing now? SAAA. Yeah, is it SAAA? Anyway, the South African the state's enterprise, Transnet, whatever, man. All the state's enterprise. You let them go, right? You let them go. When you let them go, all these things, they build up to making your country a Nigeria, a Zimbabwe. You don't wake up with bread that's cost 1,500 rands. You're not going to wake up with that. You're going to build up to get to that. And as South Africans, the more we keep going to this direction and letting people go with all these things that they're doing, you are making a Zimbabwe. You are creating a Nigeria. You are killing your own currency. You let drugs, everything in South Africa that goes on. You are killing your own currency. That's the truth. These things are built up to that. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. With the load sheddings and all the corruption in all the state's enterprise, South Africa is going to the Nigeria position. It's going to the Zimbabwean position. If South Africans don't work on it and get on the money as quick as possible.